So, it's not normal times. A lot of discussion, a lot of people turning to texting and reaching out and so on. So I want to share again. I know we spoke a little bit last night, but every day there's a lot going on. So I want to, the title of tonight's sharing over here with my friends is, I'm Yisrael Chai, and do not be afraid, and we will be victorious. And these are all, sort of three undeniable truths, and I want to address each one. I'm Yisrael Chai. Let's analyze that for a moment. I'm Yisrael Chai, and what prompted me to again have a discussion tonight is because I got several calls or text messaging, and people, again, as I said, reaching out, and they're afraid for tomorrow. They're afraid to come to synagogue. They're afraid to go about doing their own thing, and therefore I felt it necessary to go ahead and share. In addition to it's just good to talk to each other during this period of time. But I'm Yisrael Chai. Let's talk about that. What does that mean? We say the song, we sing the song, I'm Yisrael Chai, the nation of Israel is alive. So let's stop and think about that for a moment. And that in itself should be comforting and give us strength. And also introspection or introspection, I guess, and some pause to think a little bit deeper about what's going on. When something of this nature happens and we shout, I'm Yisrael Chai, what does that mean? Am Yisrael means the nation of Israel. What are we fighting for? Why are we being attacked? Why do they hate us so much? What is it? Who are we? Who are we? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. These are questions that our children are going to ask us. All we want to do is we want to live peacefully. We want to live a life of meaning, a life of family, a life of productivity, a life with goals, a life where we raise children, we raise a family. Why? What's this hatred? What do you want? If anybody for a moment thinks that this is about occupation, then you, as I said last night, you want to defeat evil, you got to identify it. But okay, let's move on from that. So Am Yisrael means the nation of Israel lives. We are not just now protecting ourselves, just like, we've been attacked. You're walking down the streets of Brooklyn, or you're walking down the streets of San Francisco or Chicago, and some hooligan attacks you, and you're defending yourself. No, there's something a lot more that's going on over here. Am Yisrael is being attacked. The nation of Israel and who we are and what we stand for and what we believe in is being attacked. And when we say Am Yisrael Chai, we mean the nation of Israel is alive. Alive means not only we exist, but we are alive. We are vibrant. We are carrying on who and what we represent as a people, our contribution to humanity. That's why this war is so difficult, because as Golda Meir said, that perhaps that one of the things we cannot forgive our enemies is the fact that they've turned our children into killers. I was talking to someone today who this is like a first-hand account, that a dear friend of their child is now fighting in Israel and had to kill one of these terrorists. And after he killed the terrorists, he was sobbing. He was sobbing that he had to take a life. He didn't regret what he did because he knew that there's no choice, but he was sobbing. That's who we are. That's part of Am Yisrael Chai. That's who we are. And which is why we will be victorious. I want to, highlight some of this, Am Yisrael, who we are. I want to maybe start with a sad story. Today in the morning, I'm sure all of us, we're all listening, and we have like these bursts where we just break down crying. I was sitting early this morning, probably at 5:30 this morning, and I see this following video. A lone soldier from France, Lone soldiers are volunteer soldiers that have joined the army from other countries. And a lone soldier that was in France was tragically killed in this attack, fighting. And at the funeral today, the father who came in from France said the following. He says, my son was about to be engaged. He was dating, and they already agreed to to sort of seal the deal to become engaged. And there's a custom in Chabad circles that the most sacred and holy song, Hasidic songs have this depth, this richness. So the sacred song, the most sacred of Chabad songs, is called the Alter Rebbe's Nigun. It's a song that was composed by the first Chabad Rebbe. It's sacred. We don't just sing it at any time. We sing it only on very special occasions. We sing it on Rosh Hashanah. We sing it under the chuppah. We sing that song. So the father at the burial, at the funeral of his son said, my son will not have his chuppah with the Alter Rebbe's nigun. I would like to ask you all to join and sing with me the Alter Rebbe's nigun as we are accompanying our son to his eternal rest. And this is the soul of who we are. Am Yisrael Chai. This is on the sad side, and there's so many sad stories that I'm not looking to share unnecessarily sad stories. There is, a little bit more on the happy side. I don't recall her name. I didn't get, one of the elder ladies in Israel. Talk about a Jewish mother. She became like a national hero. She was, some terrorists broke into her home in the southern part of Israel. And she went into full Jewish mother mode. She said, you know what, let me feed you. I mean, I don't know all the details. Maybe she said, let me feed you. Let's relax. You could always kill me later. I mean, I'm dramatizing a little bit here, but that is what she did. She went on. She said to them, let me feed you. Let me take care of you. You must be hungry. And she fed them for a couple of hours until Israeli troops arrived and saved her life. I mean, this is all part of Am Yisrael Chai. Jewish humor in this period of time is real. We need it because there's so much sadness and stress. So I saw a meme, everybody sending food to the soldiers. There was a soldier standing at a corner giving out nash. He says, you live here in the south. You are so brave. Let me give you some sweets. We have so much. And then there was this meme that went around that the meme said, the Sephardic soldiers put out this meme. He says, stop sending us Ashkenazic food. We're already under enough duress. So this is all on the cute side. I mean, there was this Am Yisrael Chai. When a time like this comes, and sadly, sometimes this is what it takes, the unity of groups that just a week before were, unfortunately, there was so much tension amongst the groups, religious, non-religious, Hasidic, non-Hasidic, Sephardic, Ashkenazic, right, left. There is such a deep unity. You know why? Because Am Yisrael Chai. What does it mean, Am Yisrael? Yisrael means Yesh Shishim Ribui Otiyot La Torah. That's an acronym. Our core, our essence is Yisrael, our soul. Sometimes there's a lot of dust. There's a lot of sort of concealment that's collected upon our essence, above it, on our neshama, our core, our soul. Something like this, unfortunately, it shouldn't take something like this. Shows us who Am Yisrael Chai is. There's a group of Charedim, which there's a certain resentment between the non-religious, religious. They donated and they put together and they sewed onto uniforms 50,000 pairs of tzitzit, because tzitzit is part of the Jewish uniform. And then there was a video I saw of soldiers dancing in joy when they were receiving these additions to their uniform. Am Yisrael Chai, the nation. That's who we are. I saw a group of sort of Hasidic Jews. One of the things Hasidic Jews are good at, they know how to make a good barbecue. I saw a group of Hasidic Jews, and I saw this, video, pull up with a truck and trays of sliced, I don't know what it was, whether it was prime rib, some sort of delicious looking meat, and with a grill, and they start grilling and they're handing it out to the soldiers. I mean, Am Yisrael Chai. This, my own daughter. I have a daughter now in Israel. May she be well. My daughter went around the bases distributing food, barbecues, and so on, coordinating a website where you could send letters to soldiers throughout Israel. It's absolutely amazing to see our soul, Am Yisrael Chai. That's who we are. That's our core. We all come together because at our essence, we are so deeply one. That's who we are. Am Yisrael Chai is alive. I don't have to tell you this. You've seen all the amazing videos. A chatan, a groom who just got married yesterday, had to come to the base today, and all his fellow soldiers are dancing the wedding songs with him. It's just incredible. And that's why I know the Talmud tells us that when it talks about David and in contrast, two Jewish armies, one were righteous and one were sinners. The sinners were victorious, the righteous lost a given battle. Don't remember the details right now. And God said that when the Jews are united, I overlook their shortcomings. And we all have shortcomings. But when the Jews are united, they will be victorious. So you're asking why I know we will win and why I know we will be victorious? Because Am Yisrael Chai. I've never seen, I think in maybe since the Yom Kippur War, but I was quite young, such amazing Jewish unity, unbelievable Jewish unity. And God assures us that when we are united, when Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, we're a nation, we're not individuals, we are a nation of Israel, the children of Israel, Isaac and Jacob, Chai, we are alive, and we will be alive, and we will be victorious. I want to mention one more thing. I mean, there's a lot we could talk about this, but I want to inspire myself, and I want to inspire you, so that I see people there. We're all, in Yiddish we say zerbrochen. We are so brokenhearted about this, but we are Am Yisrael Chai, and as a result, we will be victorious. Am Yisrael Chai. We sing it. It's the reality. I want to say something else. I got calls from people who are asking me and telling me they don't want to come to synagogue. They're afraid because of this national day of rage, or whatever they call it, jihad, that Hamas has called for. So I want to say, both from a psychological or mental point and from a spiritual point. I had people have called me, should we come to synagogue? So this is what I think. This is my opinion based on what my best understanding. When it comes to things of this nature, terrorists are exactly that. It's terror. If we allow terrorists to dictate our anxiety, our fear, they are being far more successful than they can even imagine. All they have to do is make this proclamation, and we go and our anxiety level goes up the roof. I mean, this is what needs to be done, both on a sort of spiritual level and a practical level. You need to take the necessary precautions. For sure, you need to be vigilant. We over here at the synagogue have spoken to the police department, and they will provide more security. We're going to have police here at all times, at all the services, and so on and so forth. We have people in the community who are trained. You need to take the necessary precautions. And I'm saying this here, Coral Springs, and in every and in most communities. From a Jewish spiritual perspective, as we say in so many verses, Al Tira, we have the verse that we say 3 times every day in prayers. And by the way, you're welcome to say it with me. Let's say it together. Let's say a prayer right now, right here. Here, let's go. Let me find it. It's a prayer that we say in every single tefillah, every single prayer of the day. We say the following verses, which goes back to when this was the reason why these 3 verses are picked at the end of the prayers, is because these were the verses that Mordechai taught the Jewish children when we were threatened by total annihilation by Haman. And just like then we were victorious, today we will be victorious. These are the verses. You all know it. I'll even sing it. Let's sing. Let's lift ourselves up. Al tira mi pachat pitom umishoat reshoim kitavo utzu eitzavet ufar dabru davar v'la yakum ki Immanuel v'adzikna anihu v'atzeva ani esbol Ani Yasisi v'ani Esav v'ani Esbol v'amaleit. I will translate this in English. Do not fear sudden terror. We're dealing with a surprise attack. Nor the destruction of the wicked when it comes. Contrive a scheme, but it will be foiled. Conspire a plot, but it will not materialize, for God is with us. To your old age, I'm with you. To your, this is a fancy word, too fancy for me. To your, another word for older age, I will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you. I will sustain you and deliver you. Someone yesterday sent me a text message saying, Rabbi, I'm nervous. I said, say Psalms. Say Psalms. Pay attention. King David in Psalms, the words are beautiful, the words are comforting, the words are direct, a discussion that he's having with God. Say Psalms. Once you take the necessary precautions, you go ahead and you pray, and you give tzedakah, you do charity, and you increase in Torah, and any other mitzvot that have an addition, besides doing God's will, have an additional quality of putting fear into our enemies, giving us strength, like tzitzit, like tefillin, like putting on mezuzah, which incidentally, anybody who wants with tefillin, I want to say this again, we'll be glad to help you put on tefillin. If you commit to do it daily, we will even provide you with a pair of tefillin if it's difficult for you to purchase it yourself. We will come check your mezuzah. We will come check your mezuzah, which is protection for you and all our fellow brothers and sisters. We're one organism, as I keep on saying. So this is the bottom line. If you live in an absolute strong danger zone, then I would say don't go to synagogue now. But we're not in a danger zone. We're not. You always have to be cautious. You always have to be careful. But we're not in a high danger zone. And therefore, if you take the normal precautions, you do the spiritual enhanced activities that you need to do, you should, even if you don't come to synagogue all year, you should come to synagogue. You should come to pray. Pray for yourself. Pray as a community. Am Yisrael Chai. Pray for our brothers and sisters in Israel. Do not allow the terrorists to be victorious with you without even a single shot, as the expression goes. Stop with the fear. I said, yes, Hashem, Tzilch Hashem, how you, our approach, our attitude, our energy it carries on. It reverberates for yourself and your family. This is where the mitzvah of trusting in the Almighty comes into place. Do not change your activities, especially your holy activities. If you don't want to go to the beach, fine. You're worried about going to the beach. You don't want to go okay, so be it. But your holy activities, you should enhance and increase it now. Don't allow the terrorists to get into your head. Nay, no. And that's my thoughts for tonight. That's what I want to share with my fellow friends over here. And let's finish off with a song. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'yal kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Please share this video with whoever you know is experiencing sort of high stress, fear. We're going together. I'm Yisrael Chai. We will be victorious. We will come out stronger. And let's do our part in this war.